I hear the new agent being like, well, I can't afford a coach. And I said, well, you don't have to pay for one.
No.
And so before you get into like the best ways to get some free coaching that you found yourself or other agents doing, what you said there is like my favorite way of getting free coaching is you go to someone who's more successful than you ask them a question, and then you do what they said and you report back to them. You
Yeah.
report back to them so that they know that you took what they said and you did it. It's like the most gratitude, appreciative thing, that when you give advice to someone and then they actually listen, they actually go
I,
do it, they come back to you, tell you about it, you're like, I want to give you more
yeah, I
because you're
love that.
actually listening to me.
Yeah.
And I don't even need to charge, because the feeling you gave me of listening and doing like that makes me just want to do it further. And like that's the hack
Right.
to getting free coaching.
Yeah.
What do you think for the agent who's like, I don't have any money for coaching?
No, that's a great way. I had an agent who called me every day, five five days a week for 3 months when he was new. But I loved it because he was like, okay, I did what you said, and this is what happened. Help. It didn't go the way I thought it was going to go, or it's taking longer than I wanted to, or it just we had very high level conversations because he had so much more data from actually doing what was recommended instead of thinking about doing what's recommended and planning to do what's recommended. You can spend your whole life planning to do something and never get it done. But I think online, the basic principle that I see is that when someone's successful, they want to give back. Like I feel like I'm in legacy mode right now, where I want to help people as much as possible. I want to change their lives. I want to teach clients and realtors how to make so much money that it's generational wealth. And it's amazing to watch people get to that point where they're not worrying about paying their bills anymore. They're thinking about putting money away for their grandkids or their great grandkids. It's just super fun. And so as a result of successful people wanting to give back and also being in that kind of legacy mode of giving back, there's a ton of coaching online. And Pro Insight is one of my favorites. Don Yoakum and Justin Stoddard, they're here in Portland. They do coaching calls every week. It's amazingly affordable. I think it's what is it, $30 a month to be all in for their program. But there's a ton of stuff that's free online. You could go and first look at coaching, whoever you choose, Buffini, Stump, Cheplack, you know, and the top agents are also doing a lot of coaching. Uh, I'm thinking Dan Beer, the Beer team down in San Diego. I mentioned him before. He's the one doing 500 deals minimum a year. They have weekly coaching sessions, and you can put in questions and email them ahead of time. And if you're lucky, that's what they talk about. Also, my brokerage, Epic, they have 3 different styles of coaching. They have the principal broker, actually 4. They have the area leader. Then they have basically a master's level program for coaching. And then they have something called Earth to Orbit that like takes you from day one and to fast success. I mean, just do what they recommend, and it's almost guaranteed that you're going to succeed. So find one that works for you. Try it. If there's either a trial period, or you can go and research and see everything they've ever put on YouTube before you pay for it, and then implement it. Before you even pay for something, try it out. See if you're going to do
Yeah.
it, because God knows how many things I've paid for, and then it's another book on my shelf. It's just it's very simple. Ultimately, it's open houses, it's business to business connections for referrals, it's helping people, it's always learning, and it's giving back at a high level. Just really making that your focus. If you do that, you'll be extremely successful. You got to not waste money along the way, because you can't let yourself run out of money and have to go get a job where you're making profits for someone else because you didn't manage your money properly. So it's
When I hear that, it just brings me back to this like phrase that I've started to lean into a lot as a business owner, which is, as a business owner, which you are as a real estate agent, when you're in real estate, you're constantly thinking like, what do I do? What do I do here? What do I do to get clients? What do I do to close this deal? What do I do to get my name out there? What do I do to build my email list? What do I do on social media? What? And the answer is, who knows that answer?
right.
Because you don't have the answer. So why are you even
Yeah.
asking yourself, what do I do? You don't have the answer. So then who has the answer? If you
Right.
ask yourself that question, who knows how to get clients? Who knows how to do social media? Who knows how to
Exactly.
negotiate this deal? And if you ask that question in your head, you'll then have an answer or two, and then you go call them and talk to them and then learn what to do
Yeah.
from someone who already knows how.